But yeah. So appreciate y'all being here, man. Let's get it started, man. Let's get to it. We all saw the announcements over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Civil War is going down. Baby Summer Madness. Toys R Us Summer Madness. Light Summer Madness. For the children. You know what I'm saying? Childproof PG Summer Madness. You know what I mean? It's going down, man. Summer Aptness. Yes, Nina. Summer Madness Prelude. Early impressions on the Civil War card. We're gonna get to that, Damien, because I see y'all trying to start that. Y'all trying to start the Civil War is better than Summer Madness, and I'm not letting it rock. What I will say for Civil War, Preloaded is hilarious. Now, Summer Madness Preloaded is hilarious. That's a great name. Just a G4. That's incredible. And Lil Poncho, that's a fact. That's fact. It's made up everybody who asked to get on Summer Madness and didn't make it. So Civil War, I like the card overall, right? I think it's a dope card. We got a lot of dope battles on that card. I'm excited to see it. I do think it's a pretty interesting card. But my early impressions was like, I see what y'all are. It does feel like if Summer Madness was a little further down the line, this would be like the play-in tournament to see which guys could handle a stage we think are ready right now to really handle the stage. It feels like that kind of play-in, right? It's like, okay, we'll see how y'all do here. And if y'all do well, we'll highlight y'all on the next big event, right? But the love, I don't know. Y'all confused me right there, right? Y'all real confusing. Because when Gnome came around, it was a lot of people out there like, this don't feel like Gnome. This don't feel like a Gnome card. I don't get it. Would this be a main event anywhere? Could you ever see this being a main event? And now none of them dudes y'all talked about like Gnome, who are Gnome, are on Summer Madness, and it's this is a great card. This is better than Summer Madness. I don't understand. This card's way better than Summer Madness. So I don't get what y'all really want, man. What y'all really want? I don't get it. Do y'all know what y'all want? I don't think y'all do. I don't think y'all know what y'all really want, man. I don't understand. Because y'all be picking and choosing. Y'all real picky and choosy. It's like y'all just want to be mad sometimes. So I think y'all want to be mad. And that's okay. Being mad is good. Sometimes you got to get that out of you. Just let that anger come up. Just let it out. You feel me? Sometimes you got to do that. You got to go through it. So I get it. And I appreciate it. Oh, y'all wanted Danny on Summer Madness, Tata? Y'all seen Danny on the last big card, right? It wasn't even nobody there. And y'all saw what happened. Y'all, that's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted Danny on the card. Why? Did y'all not learn? Respectfully. Did y'all not learn what's going down? But anyway. I'm not going to slander Danny. I'm not going to slander Danny today. I'm not going to do it. For now. Don't make me do it. So y'all bring it out of me. But look, man, up and down this card on Civil War, I do think it's a nice card. It's got some weird things that I just don't understand. The 2-on-2, I haven't come around on that yet. I don't get the Ace and Swamp and Danny and Tink battle. I'm really not here for it. And also, I wonder how well Danny and Tink's prep is going to be because they live on opposite sides of the country. And I don't think Danny be traveling like that, right? I don't know. Like Ace be moving around a lot, right? So Ace and Swamp on the same side. They get together real easily. I don't know when Danny and Tink are going to prep and how well they're going to mesh as a team. Castro and Jack Boy is a fire battle. Jay and Chaos is a fire battle. Rodney and Don Marino is a battle. Admasick is a fire battle. Twerk and Loso has a lot of potential to be a great battle. But I mean, how much we trust in Twerk to really show up, right? I saw Dre Dennis tweet out that Twerk and someone else's battle from Gates of the Garden is going to be moved to a later date so they can focus on Civil War. And like, why are we moving Twerk's battle for? He's going to write the night before anyway. Like, what are we acting like Twerk's going to write ahead for? He's not going to. We all know he's going to show up the day of with his rounds. Like, I don't see the point of it. Like, I'm sure it's a nice excuse, but I mean, we know what Twerk's going to do, man. Twerk's going to write Friday night during they ain't doing face-offs. It's not live. He can be writing on the drive down to Raleigh, bro. Like, come on. It's whatever. But that could be a very good battle. It adds a lot of potential. It's a high potential battle. T-Top and Mike P, that's a battle that was supposed to happen last year anyway. So I'm glad to see it come back around. I think it's a good look for both of them. And with T-Top, this is I saw the URL poll yesterday. And as of yesterday, they asked who was going to win. It was 44%. It was tied at 44% and 12% for debatable. That was yesterday. I don't know if it's changed or not, but there was no favorite in that battle yesterday, which says a lot to me about T-Top's standing right now, how people feel about T-Top, because T-Top in Raleigh in North Carolina against Mike P on the stage, that he should be the heavy favorite. Any other time, he's the heavy favorite in that battle. Like straight up, he's got home field advantage and everything. So to see them be so even, it seemed like more of a testament on where people see T-Top right now, which is not that well. I mean, we saw people didn't like the Swamp performance, which I understand. I don't think Swamp battle was that good. He's on a bit of a losing streak in terms of the app numbers. So it's very interesting to see how they're going to take that battle. But I do. That's a fact. Look, last time he was in Raleigh, it wasn't I had. Yeah, why you do our streets like that, man? Why did T-Top do that to our streets? I still don't understand. But that's a very interesting battle though. And I think T-Top at home, this could be the time where it's finally like, I think what could happen is the narrative out of it is going to be, because we're not going to see the battle at first live, of course. So it's going to be like, oh yeah, T-Top was on it, he's back. And then we might watch the battle with our eyes and like see it from not being in the building and be like, it's all right. I think there's a high potential for that happening. But it's a very good matchup. I'm here for it. Poncho, in the words of Cece, get that hate out your heart. Get that Mike P hate out your heart, man. Mike P is fire. We're not doing this. We're not doing this Mike P hate this morning. We are not. There's a fact outside. Even with his losses, it's usually battle of the night. That's a fact. T-Top's been in a lot of fights, but he been on the losing end of them. I'm saying, like, no. You feel me? Then what up? But yeah, of course, hardcore flavor thinks Mike P is gonna get smoked. That's all right. Of course you think that hardcore flavor. We're gonna talk later. We're gonna talk more about that as it goes to the date though, because I think it's a good battle. That's a fact, Perkins. People forget Mike P gets crazy on the stage, man. And a thing with Mike P's career, right? He doesn't seem to put together multiple like crazy performances like that, right? So him and Real Sick was a crazy Mike P, right? Him versus Luke Castro was a step down. And now we're going to see him versus T-Top, and he could be back on that level again because Mike P, he has a high variance in his performances. It's kind of weird, but it's one of those things. It's kind of weird, but he can do it. Hardcore flavor. We say T-Top has to take the right angle on everybody, and he hasn't taken a right angle in a very long time. Let's just be honest. I mean, the last time T-Top took an angle that made sense. I don't see it. I don't agree with that, Poncho. I don't agree at Mike P's on a losing streak personally, but that's fine. T-Top miss. Perk, it's in Carolina though. It's in Carolina. You know what I'm saying? It's at home. The angles are always gonna hit at home, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right, Justin. Why don't you support Dr. Umar? Right, exactly. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a very good battle. And I don't know what they have to talk to each other about, right? I think Mike can go in there and just rap and do very well and perform very well. I'm not sure what T-Top is going to talk about. I don't care about the Mike P's girl angle. I didn't care about it when it happened. It means nothing to me, honestly. Like, okay, cool, great. It wasn't you, so who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, T-Top can't take that because who cares, bro? Like, who cares what she does? But yeah, I don't agree with that, CJ. I don't agree he's lost the last 5 at all. But we can talk about that later. We ain't got to get into all that. It's gonna be the Mike P. It's gonna be the Mike P defense show. But yeah, that's why I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Justice battle's been set up for a minute. But yeah, man, I think Admiral Sick, I like it in this environment actually, because I feel like they're both considered more rappers. So people don't really consider them as guys who can cover that ground. Or people rather think that'd be a small room battle, but I think on the stage that can get really crazy. Because Av can rock rooms, man. Av can rock rooms. I think Sick can rock rooms. I think that's a perfect environment to get Sick into a stage rather than giving him another like really high level performer. You give somebody who can rock room. You give somebody who's gonna rap with him and not just, you know what I'm saying, not just go in there and somebody who can rap with him, not just go out there and try to perform him. He's gonna have to rap, and their ears are gonna be listening for rap in that battle. So I think it's a good way to bring Sick into that environment. I think it's gonna be fire. I think it's gonna be a very fire battle. So yeah, the card's looking dope, man. We'll get more into it as it goes on, but I think we got to stop the it's better than some madness thing, because for one, this battle can afford to have a lackluster battle in a way that some madness can't. And if it has a lackluster battle, we'll just skip it on the app. It's not even going to count for the whole event. We'll just skip it on the app, move on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So I think for one, this card has 7 battles. It has a chance to have a bad battle. While Ryan and Don is definitely on the low list for sure. I don't know how that translates over. But it has a higher chance to have a bad battle. And also, Summer Madness doesn't, which is good because I like the 5 battle thing. Where Summer Madness would be just fine. I think Summer Madness would be just fine with 5 battle. I think every battle's probably gonna hit pretty well. You know what I mean? So Civil War is just Born Legacy rebranded. That is hilarious. That's really funny. That's crazy. It's kind of true though. Dale Simmons, what if Rada and Don is Battle of the Night? I mean, that'd be great, right? That would be, well, hold on. Rada and Don being Battle of the Night could either be really, really good, or it could mean the rest of the card was bad and they just held it down. It could go one of two ways. It could be Battle of the Night by default. You know what I'm saying? Poncho, the Summer Madness, I mean the Ultimate Madness winner is also going to be on Summer Madness. So the next is going to be on Summer Madness because the plans have already put that in the universe. So next will be at Summer Madness. I can't wait to see y'all have to cheer for next at Summer Madness. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so excited for that. But yeah, man, I think that covers that. So and listening, like, yes, there we go. That's right. Planet for success, baby. We are planet for success over here. That's right. Except next into your life. But yeah, we can keep it moving, man. The next topic, I want to talk about these KOTD announcements right fast. Don't go nowhere. I'll talk about these KOTD announcements. KOTD said some very interesting things yesterday about the future of their season. Season 1 of this thing they got going on. They made these announcements that Head Ice and who's the other one? Head Ice and somebody else whose name. Oh, Chubby Jag are being replaced, which yeah, that makes sense to me. Chubby Jag being in this tournament. Did anybody ever see Chubby Jag say a word about this tournament? I feel like he just agreed to do it and then was like, never mind, I'm good. Like he agreed to do it on accident and then they actually did it for real. He was like, oh, y'all doing that for real? Oh, no, I'm not gonna show up. So Jag is not in. He has been replaced. And Head Ice has been replaced. I'm not sure why they didn't go say exactly. I agree, Justin. They didn't say exactly why they've been replaced, but they have been replaced. Jag hadn't shown up to a battle, so I mean, he had 2 battles and he already pulled out a second one, so it's fine. Yeah, y'all really battling blood? Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's real. That's real. Head Ice is out, but I mean, if you read between the lines, you probably see why Head Ice is out of it. If you read between the lines, if you see, you know what I'm saying, if you just peep the bars in the bars, you can see why Head Ice is not there. It's kind of obvious. It's obvious, but we ain't got to discuss why. But it's cool. Is anybody, yeah, right? Does anybody miss them at all? Like, is anyone gonna miss them? I don't think so. Danger Zone is out in the tournament, which I think is fire. Danger Zone getting plates over there. People forget Danger Zone kind of won. They just had some crazy performances on KOTD. Reggie. Good morning. First of all, get some breakfast. Get some breakfast first before you come in here with your negativity. All right, relax, Reggie. Get a pancake. You know what I'm saying? Get a waffle, some eggs before you come in here on some negativity. Salute to you, though, bro. Just saying. Yeah, Danger had this MVP year, and he has a performance on KOTD that got him there. You know what I'm saying? So this is an interesting announcement. Jag and Head Ice are out. Danger Zone's in. The KOTD battles have been pretty good lately, honestly. Dungeon Show Off was fire. I actually thought Show Off did pretty well in that battle. Dungeon, of course, did his thing in that battle. We got a lot of spice on Math and Dre Dennis, a lot of toxicity in the environment for that. A lot of toxicity in there for that battle. So y'all know I'm here for it now. Get the toxicness out. Justin, I kind of agree. The format is dope. I think they can tweak it. I think they could have tweaked it to make it a little more easy to understand. But I do like the idea though. I think the idea is dope. And streamline a little bit because this is a long season. I mean, a long season, bro. This is it's supposed to go to like next year. That's a lot. But I think the scoring system's cool. I think the way they're doing it is pretty. I think it's a really innovative and dope idea. So, well, what'd you say? I don't think Ice would pass up on KFC if you are. Well, Damien, I'm just saying. Looks like he did. Looks like he kind of did. I mean, make the moves you got to make, but yeah, that's what it looks like. So KFC's got some momentum going, I think, and I think they did the right thing here. They also announced that if you miss a battle for reasons that aren't outlined, if you have to miss a battle, you'll get docked points, which I think is fair because battle cancellations, it throws everything off, right? It throws everything off. In this type of format that they have with the season, cancellations, postponements, they throw the whole game plan off for everybody. So I get it. Yeah, that was wild when that happened, dog. I was so confused. But yeah, they did announce that if you missed your battle, you will be removed, or you won't be removed, but you will be deducted points, deducted this and that. And I thought it was a very good announcement. It made a lot of sense to me. Here we go. Yeah. Any participant that requires reschedule will forfeit 5 points unless the reasoning falls into the exempted categories. These deductions will not lessen their chances of winning the rescheduled battle, but will be deducted from the participant's score within the standings. And I think that's fair. I think that's a good way to do it. Yo, why'd you don't engage that chat admin? Don't engage it slowly, please. Yeah, right. And if it can't be rescheduled, you're taking an L, right? And I think that's right. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't see a better way to do it in this format. Any of y'all think anything that's wrong? Think anything they should do anything different? Because I really don't think they're doing that perfectly. Chat admin, you gotta relax. You really gotta relax. It don't matter. It don't matter, Justin. It don't matter if he was drunk. But yeah, so cancellations and postponements ruin things. And I like to see one thing battle rap does not have at all is enough accountability for things that can be prevented, right? Guys missing battles get postponed, people are late to battles get canceled, stuff like that last minute. There's rarely ever any accountability on that, right? It's just we get mad on the internet for a couple days, we move on. This is actually holding people accountable for their actions. And I'm very, very appreciative of that. And I like that. We got to have accountability in battle rap, man. It's needed. It's needed. So I'm glad to see some of it. Glad to see some accountability happening for guys who throw off battles and miss battles. I'm really happy to see that. So I like what KOTD has going on. Watch tournaments on Sunday afternoons. Also KOTD, I need to think about this because I need y'all to understand that with football is coming back. I know y'all are a Canadian-based company, but football is coming back on Sundays, and it's gonna be really hard for me to log on to Twitch to watch y'all battles when the Eagles play at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're gonna be sorry this year, so maybe the game be over by 2:30. Like if the Eagles game's over by 2:30 because we sorry, I'll be on the stream. Ain't no problem. I'll be there because I ain't gonna watch. I'm not like y'all. I don't watch my team be trash. I'll cut the game off. I will cut the game off as soon as my team starts playing garbage. I'm out of there. Cut it off. Get it off my TV. Get out of here. That's your problem, Reggie. That's why you're so negative in life. You a Cowboys fan. That's your whole issue in life. I understand you so much better than that. That's why you be so negative all the time. You gotta watch the Cowboys. They've been telling you you're going to the Super Bowl for 30 years, ain't did nothing. I get it now. I fully understand why you're so sad all the time. I fully get it, bro. I understand you better. Yeah, who y'all team, man? Tell me y'all football squads, man. Talk to me. Who y'all NFL teams? Flavors the Giants fan. Pray for you. Yeah, Francis Cowboys fan. That's one of his many problems. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Hey, Reggie, you are 17 years old. The Cowboys have never won a championship since you've been alive. So I don't want to hear it. I really don't. The Saints, Perkins, Anastasia, he knows what's up. Saints, you got Jameis Winston in your life. That's crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all going through it. The Saints are going through it. Flav, what are you talking about? Horse NFL. Your quarterback is Daniel Jones. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me Daniel Jones. Don't talk to me disrespectfully, bro. You gotta watch Daniel Jones play football. I don't want to hear it. I really don't. I truly don't want to hear it. So, but yeah, Saints got some Eagles, Rams, Dale, Stafford, man. Got Stafford. Y'all got a quarterback. You know, maybe you might. You know, Stafford has been good. He's just been in purgatory, in football purgatory there in Detroit. You know what I mean? So you can't start to judge him. Chiefs. Wait. Packers, Justin. Okay. Hardcore, are you a Giants fan or what are you doing? Are you a Giants fan or a Chiefs fan? Which one you got going on? Are you one of them 2-team people? You got double teams? All right, both sides, both siding. What's up with you? Relax, chat admin. Oh, you an East Coast and West Coast guy. Oh, Ozzy, it's not toxic today. We chilling. I haven't slandered anybody today at all. I haven't slandered one person on this entire show, and the whole chat will back that up. I've slandered no one today. Isn't that right, chat? Ain't that right? There's been no slander today. Oh, I did slander Danny. That's right. The Cowboys the Cowboys don't matter. It's not even slander about the Cowboys. It's just truth. Just honesty at a certain point. Like, it's not slander about the Cowboys. Come on now. We gotta draw the line somewhere. But yeah, man, let's get to the next topic, man. Nitty and Hollow dropped on the app on Monday. How y'all feeling about that? How y'all feeling about Nitty and Hollow since it hit the app? hit the app Monday. Hollow has a narrow lead according to the app numbers right now. That's very interesting, right? Yeah. Did the battle age any better for y'all that caught on the app? Did it look any better? You should have voted. Dale said that I gotta agree. Oh, Titus says she hasn't need even clearer. Yeah, Hollow's winning on the app right now. Hollow's winning on the app right now. Anastasia. Nitty still smoked them. Okay. I didn't watch it again. I wasn't going to Anastasia, but then I wanted a topic, so I fake watched like a round and a half today before the show. So I saw a little bit of it. It looked better to me. I don't know if anyone said this bad, but it looked better to me on the rewatch than it did during the live stream. What y'all think? Did it look any better to y'all? Yeah, reactions are iffy thing. Was disappointment as a whole. Justin live was cringy. That's a fact, Ozzy. That's a fact, Ozzy. It was not a good battle live. I wasn't even gonna watch it again. I had no plans on watching it again, but I said let me check it out since I'm doing it. Let me be professional. Way better on the rewatch. I agree, Perk. I like Hollow's round. His first on the rewatch. I'm like, yo, this round's kind of dope. This round's kind of dope on the rewatch. I like Hollow's first. I like Nitty's first too. Hollow's being slept on a little bit. He was a little bit. The thing with that battle to me is Nitty was trying new things, which I appreciate. Nitty trying new things, and I want us to stop pigeonholing Nitty, man. I really do, man. Every time Nitty tries something new, it gets hated. And he was trying. He was out there trying to be creative. Oh, the receipts got pulled out on the reaction numbers. Whoops. But yeah, he was trying to do some different things in the first round, trying to incorporate more angles, get in, get out of those pockets, and I kind of like it. His pacing was weird. That's the one thing. His pacing seemed really, really strange. I wonder if that was like leaving the 2-minute format where he had to be quick hitting to being able to just take his time a little more. I want that threw it off some because he did seem weirdly paced. His round seemed oddly paced, but he did his thing. I think it's a very good battle though. I didn't enjoy the battle. I enjoyed it more on the rewatch than I did live. I got to finish it later to see if I still have, if my winner changed at all. Because I think I had Nitty at the time, but it wasn't like, oh, I got Nitty and I'm like super confident about it. I was like, yeah, I got Nitty and the battle's over. Cool. But it looks like it aged better. Hollow getting a win on Nitty on the app is a rare thing, man. Beating Nitty on the app is a very difficult thing to do. It is not easy to get a win off Nitty on that app, bro. That is not an easy task, and it might change, but he got it right now, and we got to acknowledge that. We got to acknowledge that. I do want to say though, Nitty is not on Summer Madness. Nitty is not on Civil War. So Nitty's going to be very well rested. I wish his future opponents the best. Whoever his first op is after this break, I wish you the best. Because he is about to get crazy. And I wish you nothing but the best in your endeavor to try and beat that man. I promise you. Yeah, Dale, B-Dot, Reed, and Hollow are the only 3 that got wins off Nitty on the app right now. Yeah, G4, I believe. I'm pretty sure Nitty and Rock. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be on those cards. It's like 3 cards in October. I'm certain Nitty and Rock will be on those for sure. But yeah, B-Dot, Reed, and Hollow, Dale. Those are 3 that got the wins off Nitty on the app. So salute to them. They did the thing. That's what the people said. Rather, the people said he lost. That's what they saying. He losing right now. It's kind of crazy. Let's see what happens with K-Shine. K-Shine and Hollow is I'm into that battle. I am. I still kind of got Hollow as the underdog in that battle because I think Shine back in that big environment is gonna get. I think it's gonna blow that. I think it's gonna tear the roof off Houston's building, bro. I think it's gonna get crazy in the building. So yeah, Shine is well rested too. People say the fans bias in voting. Clearly not. I mean, it's a case-by-case basis with the voting, right? Especially on the app, like it's case by case. Because Jaden Nightwing is undefeated on that, or he was undefeated on the app, and he's at a battle he choked in, right? But in some battles, it doesn't matter. Some battles are going to be fair, some aren't. It's really that simple, right? It's really a case-by-case thing. B-Dot's the only one that beat Nitty impressively. Oh, stop, Justin. Stop it. Yeah, 21-3 app record is really wild. That's a great record for Nitty. He's 21-3 on that. That's really great. But yeah, I think Yeah, I think that covers that. I wish whoever he battles next the best, because goodness gracious, Geechee beat Nitty on the app. No, I'm 11. Did he? Okay, okay. I thought Nitty won that battle though, but it's fine. Oh, okay. That's not, it's alternative. That's not, it's not real. It's not real info. Only the plants know who won. Only the plants know who really won. I'm gonna talk to the Plant Society. We're gonna figure out who actually won these battles, and then I'll let y'all know when I get on talking to the Plant Society. And we figure out what's going on with some of these matchups. You know what I mean? I think that's all. Like, Rum is winning on that versus Geechee. Okay, so he's winning on the app. The stat will be up here in a minute, Pete. So you ain't gotta type in all caps at me, bro. You have to all caps type at me. Yo, I got a question. Why do people type in all caps in chats? Like, cause I feel like you yelling at me when you do that. Like, why do y'all do that? Don't yell at me. Talk to me regular. Like, I see your comments. You don't have to yell. I just be wondering why y'all do that. Honestly, I've always wanted to ask that. Like, lower your tone. You know what I'm saying? Always to get noticed. Okay, but I can see the comments even if you don't type in all caps though. Honestly, like, still see them same way. So it's okay. You can type regular. I appreciate the answer, but I was just curious about why that happens because I've always wanted to know. Like, when people be typing all caps, like, why are you lower your tone? I asked what the day is. The bigger font effect. Yeah, that's funny. the bigger font effect. But yeah, all right. So yeah, the next topic. Thank you. So John said yesterday that since they're at the bottom of the flyer, I understand. Yeah, I understand. I do understand yelling sometimes, especially at me. But like the people that do it all the time, I'd be very confused. Like people just come in, good morning, all caps, and then it's just all caps from the first message to the last. Like, relax, chill. But yeah, shout out to Tata. She got this yesterday. John said that him and Surf should open some madness since they're at the bottom of the card. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? John Surf kicking the night off at Summer Madness. What y'all think? Hopefully they say it's right. Yeah, I know what y'all think is gonna open. I'm asking y'all what do y'all want to open? So that's the question. G4 and Justin. LeBron says here for it. Hardcore says he's right. Knew it was gonna be a cause of fiasco. Oh yeah, you know it. Surf won't allow that. He might. I don't know, he might. Yeah, it's a fact. Oh, those 140 just dropped. Y'all check that out. Surf need more time. Mook and open. Mook and Reed should open. Yeah, I've seen that thing about Mook and Reed opening, right? Oh, Surf said Surf wouldn't be against it. Okay. Hey, I ain't got. Hold up. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet, Bro. Stick around. Surf would never start SM11. It's an angle alone. Is it though? Mook and Reed should open this in the night before. I'm not mad at that. I'm honestly not. I think it'd be better for everybody involved. But I have seen people say that Mook and Reed should be the opener, and I don't think the timing of that battle is going to be the problem. I think the content's going to be the problem. There's no saving that content in front of a crowd. There's no saving the Mook and Reed content and making it good for a crowded environment. It's just not. It's not possible. It's not fixable. There's nothing you can do to make that battle work. So start it whenever you want. You start it first, last, in the middle. The problem is not going to be what time it happens. The problem is going to be the content. That's going to be the problem. And I agree, there's no way Mook's going first. So yeah, I think with Surf and John, I'm not mad at them opening, but the problem with anyone else opening this card besides Ultimate Madness is the fact that you don't get that card riled up, like, and revved up after a Surf and John battle, two people who know what they're doing in these type of environments. And then you're going to go down to two guys who are newer and haven't really been in that type of stage yet. And it's going to be really, really hard for them to get any type of feedback from the crowd. It's going to be very difficult for them to figure that out. So I think that makes it harder for the winners to really set it off right, to really get it right in that crowd when the crowd's already seen vets go on stage and rap. It's going to be hard for them to come down and then have to go down to guys who are trying to figure out how to rock a stage like that, right? Geechee and Calico first. I'm not mad at that. being in, let's be real though, in a 4-battle card, being an open act is not that bad. It's really not. Like, this isn't an all-night card. This is just, we're getting here, we're having the battles, we're gonna go home. Like, it's not a bad card. It's not a bad thing. I don't think opening is a big deal, honestly. I don't think being at the bottom of a flyer is a big deal. You know, I don't think being at the bottom of a flyer is a big deal because I've seen them change flyers based on someone calling them about it. Averb literally called them and got his battle moved up in a flyer. Flyer placement doesn't really matter like that. Let's just be real about it. And Luke is loud. If Luke is last, the crowd can head over to the Locks and Dipset concert during his third. The concert end before he finishes his third for sure. It should be easy and just as a surprise battle. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Fox shouldn't help around either. I agree with that. Mink. Opening battle when the venue is full is good. Yeah, right, Justin. It's not a bad thing at all. Opening the card is not a bad thing at all. And I don't think the crowd, unless this card takes forever, I don't think crowd fatigue is going to really be a factor here with 5 battles. I think these battles are going to move around pretty quickly. We're going to get the card down. As long as everything with the stream is working well, I think the battles move pretty quickly because I think they're going to have everybody on a really tight schedule. Has to have a hunch they're going to have a tight schedule to keep everything rolling. Justin, don't even put that in there. I'm not reading that. Don't even put that in the environment, in the atmosphere. I don't stop. I want you to delete that comment because I don't ever want to think about that. I don't ever want to think about and not about. That's not even about Cuban. That's the I don't. Why would you say that? Why would you, Justin? Why would you say that? Why would you put that out here like that? What? Are you okay? Is everything all right with you? You good? The fact that you would even want that type of energy in this chat anywhere in the world is just, I'm concerned for you. I'm really concerned for you. Why would you? Why? Just ask yourself. I want you to when the show is over, I want you to go and ask yourself why. Why did I say that today? That's how I feel right now. I want you to ask yourself, why did I say that? Why did I go there? I am scared to death of that. I am scared to death of that. I am. I truly am scared to death of that idea. I don't ever want to see that. I don't want to see that anywhere. I don't want to see it on a free app. I don't want it anywhere on this earth to take place. I wouldn't want that to take place on like a video game either. I wouldn't even want that to be a playable match. Shout out to Cuban Hood though. It's always Cuban Hood. It's just the other one that was the problem. It's not Cuban. It's the opponent. So yeah, Cuban Hood's always welcome here. So I think that covers it, man. I think the opener for SM should really just let the UM guys open it up because they need to be able to adapt to the crowd that hasn't seen a battle yet. I think it'd be easier for them to do that. So yeah, I'm with that. That'd be the most confusing crowd reaction. That's a fact. Imagine that. Imagine Smack coming out on stage, everybody like, yeah. And then the first thing y'all see is that battle that Justin mentioned, which I won't repeat. Just envision that in your life. Envision how terrible that would be. I can't imagine. I truly can't imagine. But yeah, I think that covers the battle rap news, man, for the day. But since this is my first solo show, I'm trying to do things a little different. Let's talk movies, man. Did anybody catch Suicide Squad? Anybody catch Suicide Squad? Talk to me. Yeah, Perks on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max. No spoilers. All right, Justin. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got about one more day. Appreciate you, Ozzy. Appreciate that, Ozzy. It's on your list, M. No spoilers. Okay, I ain't gonna lie, bro. So what's the spoiler rule in the streaming and theater era? How's that work? Because the battle released on a weekend. Now, how many days do we have to go before we spoil something? Before we have a spoiler conversation about something for y'all? Because you had ample opportunity. You could watch this thing from your phone. You know what I mean? So how long do you have to protect y'all from spoilers? It's my question. Dale says it's supposed to be a day. See, I'm willing to do like I was in the theater era. I was supposed to 6 months. I was like, what? 6 months? Out here. Hasn't been a week yet. No spoiler expiration is forever. That's not true at all, Em. That's not at all how it works. Like it's right there for y'all to watch. I know y'all know somebody with HBO Max that y'all could watch this movie from y'all could play it on your phone. I feel like when it was the movie there, it was like 2 weeks for me, right? I want to talk about the movie for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? I'll be like, okay, 2 weeks, we don't talk about it. And then after that 2 week period is up, that moratorium's up, we talking. I try. You did try and for Black Widow was tough, Ty. I like Black Widow a lot. 2 weeks, coin flip, what up? Yeah. Perk, that's hilarious. But yeah, I was a 2 weeks guy. But now with this app era, I feel like all the rules is thrown off, right? Because if you watch like Marvel drops their shows on Disney Plus at 3 a.m., right? So by 7:30 a.m., it's like if you wasn't there, it's over with. You better catch it as soon as possible, right? You'll catch a spoiler. But with movies, I feel like I'm down to give you like I won't spoil it, but I just want to know what the rules are now because these are changing times. The spoiler game is changing on y'all, so y'all just be careful, like be safe out there. But overall, if you haven't seen the movie, I thought the movie was dope. It's a very dope movie. Shoot, said spoil it as bad. Justin, I think Black Widow was good, but I feel like it would have been way better if it happened in the time frame it's supposed to, right? Like if it went down in the time period that was in the movie, it would have been so much better than it was. They had to reach to tie it into to make it tie into the universe, to the MCU, instead of the way it could have tied in. So I think that's the only drawback for me. Spoil it. I'm not gonna do that to him, Schuler. I'm not gonna do it. But if they ain't watched it by next Wednesday, it's over with. It's really over with. But yeah, I agree with that, Justin. It did make it weird, it being a prequel. So, but nah, Suicide Squad is, and Sergio, I wish I could have that confidence that he was gonna go 12-4. But Suicide Squad is dope. It's funny. It's fun. It's dope when you see actors find a role that just seems to suit them, like the perfect for, right? Like Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool. It's kind of what Margot Robbie is to Harley Quinn to me. Like she is a great Harley Quinn, man, and she was doing her thing again with this movie. A lot of the characters are dope. They just like James Gunn is a fire director, right? I mean, he did Guardians of the Galaxy. Now he went over to do Suicide Squad. It's dope. There's a shark. There's a shark. That's a fact, right? She's the GOAT Harley Quinn. She's incredible with that. Birds of Prey was fire. The first Suicide Squad, she was probably the highlight of it, right? And that was not a lot of highlights in that movie, but she was very good in that. No, she did a thing in this movie. Idris Elba was dope. Cena's character was pretty funny, actually, because it was super serious, but it was like a funny character the way it was. But I like the chances that they take in these movies where they give you characters that like, I'm here for all the superhero action, all the superhero nonsense. Marvel, DC, I'm here for all of it. DC is making movies that I don't want to talk about because they be trash most of the times. But yeah, I'm here for all of that. So yeah, I rock with that movie. I like the chance they took some of the characters I wasn't super familiar with. So they took some shots there and did some weird stuff, had some weird characters. But overall, the movie's fun though. It's a dope movie. I think it's about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. It's a good watch though. So definitely check that out before next week, because next week y'all spoiler thing is up. Logan's top 5 superhero movie ever. Yo, TDK. True, TDK. If you know, you know, man. TDK was, yeah. If you know, true. TDK was different. Nah, the first 5 minutes of that movie are hilarious, are crazy. They're not supposed to be funny, but it's really funny. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's really funny, like the first 10 minutes of that movie, because it's different. Justin, Logan's the top 5 superhero movie ever. I'm not mad at that. I'm not really mad at that. I'm not gonna knock it. It's a interesting movie for sure. I think Logan's dope. It's just like the time frame. I mean, I guess it's such a one-off movie that's kind of weird. My top 5. That was definitely the best X-Men movie for sure, Justin. That's not even like debatable at all. The X-Men series is the weirdest thing ever, because I don't talk about the X-Men series. The X-Men series is the weirdest series ever because it's like fire, trash, and then they rebranded and it's like fire, trash, right? Apocalypse is terrible. The Phoenix was that movie was so bad. That Phoenix movie was so bad. Dale, my top 5. We talking movies right now, Gucci. What's happening? You missed all the battle rap talk. We going off the movies now. Do you like movies? Are you a fan of movies, Gucci? Dark Phoenix episode of the Twilight Zone. X-Men 2 was cool. All right, we talking movies. We talking just X-Men and Marvel DC stuff right now. X-Men 2 was, I haven't watched it forever, but I think it was good, but then 3 made everything go off the rails. Like The Last Stand made everything in X-Men go off the rails. It was so bad. Into the Spider-Verse, Dale, is the greatest superhero film of all time. Like, I'm willing to put it there. I don't care if it's animated. I don't care. It was fire. Into the Spider-Verse is Hall of Fame worthy. Off the first drop is Hall of Fame worthy. I don't care. I don't even want a sequel to it, honestly. I wish they wouldn't do a sequel. I want them to just let that movie sit where it is. I don't want to see a sequel. Just let that movie live where it's at, and let's just move on and let it live in the Hall of Fame that glory that it's in. Cornflake, you ain't seen Into the Spider-Verse yet? Bro, you gonna turn Netflix on right now? McFly got Black Panther at number 1. In battle rap words, impact-wise, Black Panther is definitely a number 1 film. Impact-wise, Black Panther's definitely got a case, right? Just off cultural impact. Oh yeah, that what's it called? What's the new Spider-Man one called? Justin, I keep forgetting the title. It's gonna be crazy though. It's really gonna be crazy. No Way Home. Yeah, No Way Home is gonna be tough. Did y'all see the Venom and that new Venom Carnage trailer? Let There Be Carnage trailer? Cause I'm here for that. I might be the minority. I thought Venom was fire. I thought the first Venom was fire, bro. And maybe my expectations were low, but I thought the movie was dope. So this Carnage one, I'm here for it. Nah, I'm wilding. Okay, nostalgia got my back. Venom was tough, man. I thought Venom was a good movie. Oh, shoot, I watched What If at 3 a.m. I was on it. I was on it. I was on the What If episode. It's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting series. The What If thing, I think people are discounting it because it's animated, but the thing about it being animated is it was easier to do this animated than spend a big budget because there's so much nonsense. It's so much freedom they have with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's gonna be dope. Tata Doctor Strange was fire. The first Venom was fire. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I felt about it. Venom was looking forward to finally seeing the Carnage movie though. I agree with that, Shaolin. I agree with that. Yeah, I think Carnage is gonna be dope. Yeah, everything's going with the multiverse. Yeah, that's the thing. What If is dope because What If is technically canon because the multiverse is open. So anything that happens in the What If universe can't be discounted. So I think we all gotta remember that. But yeah, y'all hype for Shang-Chi? Justin, Doctor Strange 2 is I need that movie yesterday, to be honest. I mean that I was so mad. That was the movie I was most mad that got delayed, that got caught up in the delays, honestly, because I really wanted that movie. How we get Spider-Man 3 before Doctor Strange 2, dog? That's crazy. That's really crazy. Doctor Strange 2, Doctor Strange 1 was 2016, bro. We supposed to have been seeing this. This supposed should have been the first thing after. Dale, thank you. I be telling people this, Dale. Iron Man 2 is a solid movie. It's a really solid movie. It really is. It has better on the playback than it was at the time. And so you waiting for a great Street Fighter movie. You might be waiting for the rest of your life. I ain't gonna lie. They haven't made a good Street Fighter movie yet. So I would you might be waiting for the rest of the time, bro. Doctor Strange 2 doesn't need to hurry up. Blade is a GOAT level movie for sure. Blade matters. Yeah, Iron Man 3 isn't good. Iron Man 3 isn't good. It got a few cool things in it, but it's not a good film. I'm sorry, Anastasia, but it's true, bro. Like I can't. Street Fighter, like they don't make good movies off that stuff, bro. I still want revenge on dude that made the I still need to see dude that made the Avatar Last Airbender movie. I need to see that dude in person. Me and him got to have a conversation. See, he destroyed my childhood, and I don't appreciate it. Yeah, that's a fact. Last Airbender movie is one of the worst things that ever happened in life. If I ever see dude, it's on site with him. Like honestly, it's really on site with dude. Immediately, as soon as I see him. Catwoman, Dragon Ball was terrible. Nah, Catwoman's not the worst. I don't think, Justin. It's down there though. The YouTube version is really good. I gotta check that out, Anastasia. I never watched. I gotta check that out. What is the worst superhero movie ever? That's a great question though. Electro was bad. Yo, that first era of Marvel before they knew what they was doing was so terrible. I agree with that, Reggie. How you caught that, Tata? Yo, Daredevil, that first era of Marvel when they did the Daredevil and the Elektra, that was a terrible time, dog. They would just do anything, and they was not hitting. Schuler, I want to agree with you about Justice League being the worst. Honestly, I feel like people want to act like it would say, "Oh, Green Lantern is bad." Yo, Green Lantern was so bad. That's a bad movie. I've been feeling bad for Ryan Reynolds because he be in all these movies doing high level acting, and then the movies just aren't good, and it's never his fault, right? It's usually just the script is terrible or some other stuff went down. Like Reynolds did a good job with Green Lantern. It's just not a good movie. Green Lantern was good. Good. What you mean by define good? What do you mean by that? Now, when you say good, I really need you to explain what you mean by good when you say that, because I don't see it. Ghost Rider was alright. Yeah, Ghost Rider was alright for sure. Why would you watch it again though? Like, why would you do that, Anastasia? What do you mean you could watch it again? I could do a lot of things that I've done that were terrible again, but I don't want to because they're terrible and it's a waste of my life. Like, why would you choose to do that? Don't choose that. Don't choose that path for yourself. Don't do that to yourself. You don't deserve that. I want better for you. Yeah, we are in a good superhero movie era for sure. We are. This is definitely a fire. This superhero movie's been fire on fire lately, man. It's dope to see. DC has got to get back together. But I mean, Suicide Squad is dope. I think DC needs to lean into properties that are different and stop trying to do stuff. How'd y'all feel about the Snyder Cut? The Snyder Cut Justice League. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it. I looked at that movie the way I look at 30-minute rounds. If it takes 30 minutes, if it takes 4 hours to get your point across about why this is a good movie, I don't think it's good. And Justice League was a 7-hour saga, and I did not enjoy it. I was like, I don't see it. I'm sorry, I didn't like it. As I felt about the Snyder Cut, it was a better bad movie. That's a great way to put that, Justin. A better bad movie. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, G4. It took me about 3 days to watch that movie because I broke it up because I wasn't sitting down 4 hours to watch that, and I wasn't that invested. Superhero movies are really overhyped. Mink, have a seat. Have a seat right here, Mink. I want to talk to you. I want to have a therapy session with you right now. I want to have a therapy session with you, Mink. Why superhero movies overhyped? Talk to me. Let me adjust my glasses. Talk to me. What do superhero movies do to you? Oh, fantastic. Which one though, Dale? Like the first series or the second one when they remade it? Iris Shazam wasn't that good, Justin. Like which Fantastic? Because we got two options on the Fantastic series. Which one was the worst? Because I'm not gonna lie. You know what's so crazy? The remix of Fantastic Four was so I watched it late, right? I watched it when it came on like HBO and stuff. Cloud Galactus is one of the worst things that ever happened, G4. That's one of the worst things that ever happened. The funny thing about the remix of Fantastic Four is that it's actually dope for like the first hour and a half, right? Or however long it is. Because I watched it late. I'm like, this movie ain't that bad. What are they talking about? And I text my boy about it, right? Because I watched it on like HBO or whatever. I'm like, yo, this movie isn't bad. What y'all mean? And he was like, just wait. And then the last 30 minutes happened when Doom shows up. And I text him like, I see what y'all talking about. I'm sorry. That was such a bad movie, bro. That was such a bad movie. But look how it worked out though, because if that movie succeeds, they might fold them to the MCU or something, and then we don't get Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger because he has to be Torch. So it's kind of good that didn't work out, I guess. That was a decent movie that ended so terribly, bro. That last 30 minutes, some of the worst I've ever seen. It was so bad. I don't understand what they was doing with that. Oh, Justin, you said it, so I didn't have to. Cool, they can come at you about that. I didn't say it. He said it. I didn't say that. He said it. Dale, yeah, some movies would be great if you don't know the source material. That's true. See, the thing with me is that my interest started with movies. So then, like, when the movie trailer gets dropped, right, then I'll go on YouTube and like learn about the comics through that way. So my eyes are kind of different. Yeah, Killmonger is gonna be in the multiverse. I think Killmonger is supposed to be well, that's not spoilers in the trailer. Killmonger's gonna basically be like Black Panther or something. Basically, it's pretty interesting how that's gonna work out. But yeah, if you don't know, source material movies are way better. It's the same with just about any movie because once you know the material, it's hard to compare, and you start to compare. It's like, okay, y'all just made this trash. Justin, we working on it. Don't worry about it. We working on that. That's we working on that. Y'all keep the solo show going for me. That'll be some more stuff I do. Incorporate movies into all the talks for sure. Please believe that. and keep the movie talk going. But yeah, man. So in conclusion, I got like 8 minutes left. In conclusion, go watch Suicide Squad. You got about another week before spoilers start being free. You know what I'm saying? Give y'all till next week. I'm gonna be fair. Watch Suicide Squad. Get hyped for Marvel. Nina, I'm coming on to talk about anime. Oh, that's fire, Nina. I'm with it. I'm with the anime show. It's something I gotta catch up on. Cause I still haven't finished Attack on Titan yet. I'm behind, but I'm not behind. I just started it this year, and I kind of stopped watching it. But I'm gonna get back on Attack on Titan and catch up on that. The Rocket Black Adam should be interesting. Nah, the Toxic show will be actually I don't know, so I'm not gonna say that. I'm not sure if I'm doing solo tomorrow night. Why? Y'all trying to run some debate fades? Y'all want your one-on-ones with me? Want y'all one-on-one debate phase with me? Is that what you're saying? I mean, that's what it sounds like you're saying. You got pressure. It's your energy. That's what he said. Whatever. You got my bag. I know you got my bag, Nina. Yeah, I got you, man. I see what's going on. But yeah, so tomorrow is Toxic Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all pull up, be ready. You know what I'm saying? Follow me on Twitter. Follow LTBR on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Follow me I'm gonna type my @ in the chat. TMAJE93_NTE for the audio people. You know what I'm saying? Follow me there. You know what I'm saying? Salute Bar 2020. Appreciate you. Y'all follow me. Thought that was Tuesday, Justin. Yeah, your week. You having a good week. When you forget what day it is, that means your week is going really well because you haven't done anything. That's the good type of week. I respect it. I got randomly generated. Nah, it's kind of it's like my name. It's like my full name shortened, and then my other podcast, Not the Experts, and the underscore. You know what I'm saying? it's not randomly generated. Yeah, but that's funny. That's funny though. But yeah, man. So salute to y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a good day, good afternoon. You know what I'm saying, get some wings today. You feel me? Yeah, just Not the Experts. That's my other podcast that I do on the side. Not the Experts. That's my other show. But yeah, we'll be back. Appreciate y'all holding it down. Yeah, Spotify. It's on Spotify, Justin. I'll give you a link. Don't worry about it. But yeah, thank you, Tata. If y'all enjoyed the show.